ready. White 25. No chance.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They run. It's Gurley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Get that quarterback. And even. Get that quarterback. He's coming.
Working out of the gun. Winston. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. It's caught here by Adams.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here we go.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Get the ball right here. Let's go. Joker. 11. Hey, gun.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go. Black 80! I got this.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's complete. It's Watson. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage.
Here we go.
So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now he's got it. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that to be pinpoint here.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10. Let's go. On the 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First down, Carolina.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Gurley now out of the gun, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Jameis to throw it. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Let's go. 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
21.
Check 25. Check 25.
I got you.
They run it with Carson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen.
11.
Topper. Watch the whip.
Hey, gun.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It's John Simon with a sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So the sack of Garoppolo.
21.
And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Watch Mike. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He hits his target, left side, Watson. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Gurley. And he can't get away. Gurley couldn't escape it. And that's going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
65.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80!
Let's go, let's go. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Jared!
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
I got you, I got you.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Funches has it complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. On the draw, here's Sanders. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
From the 27, Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
It's now 3rd down.
11. 52, Mike, 52.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the
Hey,
slant.
orbit.
Watch the slant.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Makes it 3rd and 6.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, gun.
I'm coming after you. 44's the mic. 44's the mic.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Throwing, Winston. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. That's good for 28 yards. He's trying to parlay that great performance last week, NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2, into a great performance in Week 3.
And the way he was able to do it last week, he started off doing it again this week. Energy, the way he comes off the line of scrimmage, attacks the defense, sets them back on their heels, and he finds openings as a result.
Check it. Easy. Green, 17.
First down, Winston. Ebron's got it. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Vikings 12, Panthers 10.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing now is Garoppolo. It's caught by Funchess. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, exit.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the field.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. Following the interception, Winston. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a draw play for Gurley. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
In your face. Watch the eye.
65.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Check it back.
13, 11.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Alert!
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
He's checking crap. Check.
1, Omaha.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Buying time to his left. Now Garoppolo lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Watch out. Hey, alert 3.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see
the Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And Sanders now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go. 12. Check four.
They'll run with Sanders. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That's it. Big hit.
Here we go. 180. 52. Come on, D.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Check. Cross. Flip.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And he connects with Ebron. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And a Panther first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson, his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Back.
3rd and long for Winston. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now Sanders. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch twins. Shift. Tighten up.
This is Carson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, Alpha.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ready? Blue wing. Wait. Line 54. Oh, you got deep? Kill.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's caught by Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
At the 41-yard line.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Winston to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a bit of a strange